Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips here. Welcome to brand new DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video today. Today gonna go out, see what stuff came out today, see what stuff's on sale, see if they got anything different out at Walmart too, because I feel like they probably would have gotten a couple new things in there by now, some weirder title releases and stuff like that. Also gonna have a couple new DVD and Blu-ray reviews at the end of this video, as well as a video unboxing a full moon mystery box. I've never done one of those before, so that's gonna be at the end of this video. So anyway though guys, let's get going and see what we can find today. Into Target we go. Yeah, one of the big things that came out today was, Now You See Me Too, and they have this exclusive one in here. This pretty cool case in this one, exclusive 3-disc set that has on here a bonus disc with 30 minutes of exclusive content. But pretty cool cover on this one. The main release one, though, the cover on that one is actually really cool as well. It's got this kind of cover that, changes this between like the cards and then the characters on there. So that's a pretty cool one they have here as well. This is the one they have everywhere, but the other one was one of the Target only ones. And the other thing that came out today was The Darkness. And saw this one in theaters. This was actually not a bad movie. It wasn't like perfect or anything. The director of Wolf Creek did this movie. Has on here like the alternate ending, so I'm not sure what they changed in that other ending on this one. But it was actually really not that bad, that one. The other one today was Money Monster, so I talked about that in an update or two back, as well as Hard Target 2. So I don't know too much about this one, and I know it's not Jean-Claude Van Damme, it's Scott Adkins in this one, but it sort of sounded interesting. I looked at the trailer to this one. If you guys have seen this one, let me know if this one's worth checking out down the line. And then another one today was Urge, and this was pretty good, about this drug, this new type of drug everyone was taking, and you were only supposed to take it one time. If you took it more than once, it had very bad side effects and was basically making everybody crazy. And the other one today as well was The Meddler, the Susan Sarandon one. And don't know a whole lot about this one, but I know this one was today. And also today in here was, The Flash, the complete second season. This one was pretty cool because it had on here a feature with Kevin Smith, like an hour-long documentary about how he directed the episode on here. And South Park, the complete 19th season one, is now out everywhere. It was, a Best Buy exclusive one for the first, 3 weeks or so. And then The People vs. OJ, which I didn't get to see this one, so I don't know how this one is. But if you guys have checked this one out, let me know if this is a good one or not. But other than that, that's all I see in here today. Into the Valley Thrift Store we go. And it looks like over here they got a bunch of new stuff in here, because it seems like a bunch of stuff down here as well. So you gotta look through all this to see if they have anything different. They have these weird old record things in these giant cases. I don't know what these kind of records are. They're I guess they're a multi-disc, record set of these things or something like that. Merry Christmas. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I've never seen them in this kind of a thing like that. Well, we're going to look through here and see if they have anything different. Like I said, I've been coming in here pretty much every week now because they seem to be changing stuff out quite a bit, and I don't want to miss anything because I have found a couple decent out-of-print things in here. So we'll look through here and see. I think this one looks slightly like a bootleg one. Yeah, this is definitely one of those kind of bootleg ones that looks real, but then isn't. No, it is a real one, but it's strange. It's I don't know, it's more like a realistic bootleg. So it says on here, Collector's Series, Region 1 quality. So this is definitely some kind of a weird bootleg. And this is an odd kind of religious thing called They Sold Their Souls for Rock and Roll. Something with a pastor talking about how all these people sold their souls for rock and roll. But some of these people aren't even considered rock and roll. Eminem isn't rock and roll. Tupac Shakur was not rock and roll. This pastor guy didn't even know what he's talking about. It's very weird. It's funny seeing Terminator 2 in here. I was watching this last night, the old Blu-ray release. It was the one from 2006, the real early Blu-ray release. And I don't know if any of you guys have that edition, but did you guys have all kinds of glitchy problems with it? It froze up at the end and all this stuff. I had to rebuy a new copy because it was some real problem with the old original pressing Blu-ray. And I saw a couple things online about it. It seemed like it might be a kind of a thing going on with it. Yeah, well, I looked through all that stuff. They definitely did get in a bunch of new stuff in there, but it was all super common stuff. Nothing really rare or different in there. Every so often though, they do get in some decent stuff that's really not super common, but today it was all really common. Into Walmart we go. And in Walmart, it doesn't seem like they have any different, specific editions of Now You See Me 2 in here like Target does. But one of the other ones, like I said, was Money Monster. And they have in here a DVD pack that has, Money Monster and Ideals of March on here. Is like one of their exclusive sets in here. But it seems to be only the DVD versions that's like that in here. Well, they actually got quite a few new things in here today. One of the things they got in here, which is pretty cool that they're carrying, is Night of the Living Dead. This is like a zombie film. It's like a romantic kind of comedy kind of film set during a zombie outbreak. And I actually have a little cameo in this movie. So it's a pretty cool, fun movie. If you guys check this one out, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, it's Night of the Living Dead. And then they have, the Darkness one today as well. I talked about in Target. Hard Target 2. And then Honey 3 came out today. So I don't know too much about this one. This one that came out today, this Kristen Stewart, Nicholas Hoult movie, I really like this movie. Equals. Kind of has a Gattaca kind of feel to this one. But this one was actually really, really good. Really would recommend checking this one out. Like that one a lot. One of the other ones today was the Linda Vista Project, which is, the name of that, old asylum that was in LA. But they used to shoot so many movies here, and I think now they don't shoot anything here at all anymore, because now it's turned into like apartment complexes. That's kind of cool. They actually just called this the Linda Vista Project, which is, like I said, the name of that location. And they also had, the Dead Room today, which is from, Scream Factory. And then I think this was today as well, Invoked, which I don't know a whole lot about this one, but this one came out today. Ouija Summoning was today as well as the American Conjuring. So they definitely have got a lot of new stuff in here. Like I said, every few weeks they kind of change stuff out and get some new things and change out the section. Usually like once a month or so, I've noticed, is how often they do it. Into fries we go. But in here, it seems like it's all the same stuff for $1.70, because they've had a lot of these ones that they've cut down to $1.70, like Admissions, American Pie, Book of Love. And some of these ones, though, are really good if you guys don't have them, like the first American Pie for only $1.70, which is actually really pretty cheap for that one. But it seems like it's all the same one that it's been for the last couple weeks, like Catfish, like when I was in here before. Doesn't seem like they added any different ones in here today. But, still really good prices for these ones if you guys don't have some of these ones like Darkman. This is not the Scream Factory one, but the old Universal one it is. I actually ended up getting something in here, a real random thing. It's like something I've never bought on DVD or Blu-ray or anything in the past, and I really wanted to watch it again. They always play this on TV, but usually like all edited up, and it's like The Craft. I bet there's going to be another edition of this down the line. For some reason, I've been wanting to watch this one again, and it was pretty much about what it is on Amazon, if you take out the shipping. So it's pretty much wasn't a bad price for it, and it's one, like I said, I haven't watched this movie in years. Like I said, it's on TV a lot, but it's like weird how it's one of those, like some of those titles, I'm sure you guys are the same, like you've seen for years, you've always looked at them, but you've never actually bought them on any of the formats. And this is one of those ones, never had a DVD of this, never had any, any other releases or any in the past VHS or anything. So finally got this one after years and years and years of always seeing it. Into Best Buy we go. And they have in here some Steelbooks in here, exclusive Steelbook packaging of Now You See Me 2. So that's a pretty cool one in here. So it seems like the main places that have exclusive editions are Target and then Best Buy with this Steelbook packaging. But that's a pretty cool one, and they have a Steelbook packaging of the first movie as well, and I think that's a brand new one. It says available till January 2017, so that's interesting it says that. But I don't think there was ever a Steelbook of this in the past when this first came out, but both of those were pretty good movies though. And they have an interesting Steelbook packaging too of Flash, for complete second season. This is another one only at Best Buy released one of this one, so that's pretty cool one for this Steelbook for the Flash season 2. And that's pretty cool. And here they actually have Night of the Living Dead as well. They have the Blu-ray release of this one, so that's pretty cool. They've got this in Walmart and in Best Buy. Like I said, I have a little cameo on that one, and the one Hard Target 2 is only $15.99 in here, so I think that's a little cheaper than some of the other places. But like I said, I don't know a whole lot about that. This one came out today from Scream Factory, Tale of Tales. I talked about this in the last update. I love this movie so much. This was such a great, weird, twisted fairy tale movie, and it's only $14.99 in here, so I would highly recommend you guys check this one out. Really, really love that one so much. If you guys have seen that one though, let me know what you thought of it, but really love that. But other than that, that seems to be all the stuff. They have, the Darkness in here as well. No real different editions of that one. Pretty much the same one everywhere for that one. But other than that, that's all that really has come out today in here. Well, that's all for this DVD Blu-ray Tuesday shopping video today. Thanks again for watching and subscribing, guys. Like I always say, if you guys enjoy these shopping videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Now stay tuned for a couple new DVD and Blu-ray reviews. And the first one I got from Olive Films is Yours, Mine, and Ours. This is one of those movies I've always really loved. This movie, I remember always watching this one as a kid. This along with Long, Long Trailer were like my favorite Lucy things. Like I always actually liked these more than I even liked the show. I love the show, but these movies, I always really loved them. This is one of those movies I probably watched so many times. It's basically starring, Lucille Ball and Henry Fonda, and they're, two people that were married, have a lot of kids. Each of them have a lot of kids, and they recently lost their spouses, and they end up finding each other and start dating, and they are kind of worried about telling each other about how they have all these kids, and it's like this huge to-do thing, and then they find out that, they both have a huge amount of kids, and together they have 18 kids, and it's kind of just about them, getting together and then getting married and having this huge kind of nightmare situation, sort of problems, and trying to figure out how they're gonna, pay for everything since they have all these kids, and try and have like systems in their house of where everyone's gonna sleep, and they have all kinds of, Henry Fonda's character came from, being in the army, so he has all kinds of like army kind of training with like putting people in certain types of rooms and stuff. I don't know, I always really love this movie. Like when I think of this movie, now I think of, 19 Kids and Counting. It's kind of like them with all those kids. And this was also, I think this was before, like right before the Brady Bunch. This movie has kind of that Brady Bunch feel to it, but looks really good on Blu-ray. If you guys are, a fan of this movie, I would definitely recommend it. If you guys haven't seen this one, though, and a fan of Lucy, definitely check this out. Definitely one of my favorite ones. The next one from Olive Films as well is The Horrible Dr Hitchcock. And this is a movie basically about, it's kind of a little bit before its time with the subject of like what it is, because it's kind of sort of shocking for the time. Even now it's kind of weird, they don't do movies like this kind of thing going on much. But it's basically though about this doctor who has this thing for like, basically necrophiliac and like sleeping with dead people and that kind of stuff. So he basically like drugs his wife, so he sleeps with her while she's like almost like passed out. And that's his thing. And one night he accidentally, gives her this overdose, and she ends up dying. And he puts her like in this big place that he lives, like in this kind of like tomb in the basement, and then he ends up finding his new wife. And of course, then when he gets married to this new wife, things are weird. Things are starting to go on and things like that because he's got this weird sort of kink going on. And then he kind of discovers, though, that his old wife might not have actually been dead and might actually still be down there alive. And that's kind of what it is like what he's going to do and like what he's planning to do with his current wife, in relation to his old wife. It's an interesting, weird, I feel like seldom seen one. Another one, too, really good transfer on it. The next one is kind of a Creature from the Black Lagoon kind of movie called The Monster of Piedras, Blancas, I believe that's how you say it. And it's like, if you see on the back, it's like a real Creature from the Black Lagoon kind of monster. And it's basically, though, about this creature that's kind of haunting this kind of beachside, lakeside kind of town. And like they're kind of things like people are starting to kind of show up dead, and weird things are starting to happen around in the area. And the one guy who's by the lighthouse ends up putting out this food for this creature, and he kind of draws him in. It's kind of like the whole town is trying to figure out exactly what is going on and if this creature is real. And it's a real, fun, kind of cheesy movie, and I think it was from 1958. And like I said, it's got that real Creature from the Black Lagoon kind of creature, but instead of being like in a lagoon in like the middle of nowhere, like in the Amazon kind of swamp area, this is set, like I said, like a beachside kind of lake kind of community type place. And the last one, and this is from the director of Killer Workout and Deadly Prey. And this is one of these other ones I had never seen before. And this is from, Slasher Video. And I think, keep in mind, though, this is not, I think it says on here it's from the best quality transfer, but it's not from an HD master. So it's just, it's a little bit better than a DVD, but it's not from like an HD master, so it's not in HD. But still looks good, like better than it has in the past, as far as I would guess. And this is a movie called Mankillers. Like I said, I had never seen this one before, and I only recently saw Killer Workout when Olive Films, put this out through the Slasher Video line that they have, which is basically a lot of shot on video video, and you know, or not always shot on video, but kind of like shot movies that were kind of big on video in the 80s and stuff like that, and people kind of thought were shot on video because of the way they looked. They were shot more like Betamax tapes and stuff like that, and I think so they were sort of video, but like kind of higher quality than like VCR, VHS kind of video. This is called Mankillers. It's basically about this woman who's trying to track down this guy who has all these drugs and stuff, and training all these women from jail, you know, these women to try and catch this guy. They made another movie like this like around the same time that was filmed in like the Friday the 13th house. I think it was, I can't remember what the name of it one was, but it was like the guy who's training these women to fight them. So it was kind of like a similar kind of movie, but it's a fun, real cheesy kind of, like I said, 80s kind of, if you know Deadly Prey and Killer Workout, that's pretty much the kind of vibe it has. And the last one here is from Monarch Home Entertainment. It's a movie called Rodeo and Juliet. And the one actress from this is from the Cabin Fever remake. And this is basically, though, about... pretty much about this one's, you know, the girl's mother who ends up, you know, her father recently died, and they kind of go back to the old farm where he lived, and like he has like stables and horses and things like that, and there's one horse, and she goes there kind of planning to kind of sell off the land, but they have some kind of problems, and he owed all this kind of money and had all these kind of debts, so it's not looking like they're going to be able to get any money. So it's kind of them trying to figure out what they're going to do, because it also had something to do with this other guy who was on the land, said that he was promised part of the land, so like he doesn't really want to sell it. So it's this kind of big to-do about how they're going to figure out what they're going to do. And then of course the daughter starts to like the son of that guy who doesn't want to sell the land. It's kind of a huge to-do there, and also deals with her, you know, meeting, you know, the horse who's on the land, and kind of like playing, you know, because if you know these kind of horse movies, it deals with like kind of training and like trying to save the farm through things like that. That's kind of what it is, that kind of a vibe movie. Not the greatest of all these kind of like horse films and stuff like that I've seen, but interesting one though. Like I said, the main actress on this was from Cabin Fever remake. Now let's take a look, and I got a thing here that Full Moon sent. I've never seen one of these, so I'm never sure what's even inside. I've never even seen anybody unbox them. It's a mystery box from Full Moon. It's Series 3. It's limited to 100. And it's like signed by Charles Band, signs the boxes. So I'll put a link below too if you guys are interested in this mystery box. So we'll see what's inside of it. It's kind of wrapped up like this. And like I said, I have no clue the stuff that's in it. So let's see. The first thing in here is a couple movies in here. Is Sorority Babes and Slime Bolorama. So it's like a lot of movies, like Full Moon things and stuff like that. I actually really like this movie. I, you know, go to the mall where this was actually filmed. I recently discovered that I actually go to the FYE and stuff in this mall. The mall's a big mess now, being real torn up. But this is actually a very fun movie. The other one in here, and I don't know if I've ever seen these ones or not. I might have seen the one. Yeah, I've seen the one, Dr. Bones. This is like a 3-movie set called the Bad Mojo Collection. It has like called Voodoo Death with Ragdoll, the Horrible Dr. Bones, and Ooga Booga. Yeah, the Dr. Bones one, I have not seen that one in years, but I remember kind of liking that one. I don't know if I've ever seen Ragdoll. The other one in here is Evil Bong High Five, the DVD of this one. The other one in here is Puppet Master 5 on here, and then Puppet Master 4 in here. And then there's also like a little, like this bag thing in here. I don't know what is inside of this. If I can get this open, I don't know what in the world's in here. So let's see, it's like, so, oh, it's like a lighter. It's a Haunted Casino lighter. So see, it's like a Haunted Casino lighter thing in here. That's kind of cool. For that movie that they put out. I don't remember when that was. I think Sid Haig might have been that movie, unless I'm totally wrong about that. And then in here, they have the Delirium magazine, which is their magazine. They do a lot of signings for this at Dark Delicacies. See, Delirium magazine. And it's like their magazine that they put together with all kinds of like interviews and things like that in here about new and upcoming movies and indie horror and all that kind of stuff in here. So that's a pretty cool thing. And then the last thing in here, another thing wrapped up, and I don't know what this is. Let's see what this is. And this is some kind of a, I think it's like a shot glass. Let's see, it's like a, yeah, it's a shot glass for the Haunted Hotel one as well, I think, or Horror Hotel as well, so that's pretty cool. There was also on top of the box, there was a DVD that I guess didn't fit in here of Demonic Toys. So I always remembered liking this one. I have not watched this one in so long. They made a whole bunch of different sequels to this one, but this was a pretty cool one as far as I remember. But anyway, though, guys, that's all for the review portion of this video and the look inside of the Full Moon Mystery Box. Like I said, if you guys are interested in the Full Moon Mystery Box, put the link below for where you guys can sign up for that. Anyway, though, guys, thanks again for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.